Hi, I'm Lynn Taylor and welcome back to Data Cabling Expert TV. And I'm joined by Wayne Connors, who is MD of our main sponsor, ACCL, to discuss how building design can impact cabling projects. And we'll look at his approach to the most demanding buildings of all, historic Grade 1 listed buildings. Hi Wayne, let's talk about building design. How does architectural design affect cabling design? Do you ever find that some clients put style before reason and practicality?
The choice of a building is an emotional point for a lot of our clients. The clients pick the building based on their looks rather than their actual operational needs in a lot of cases, which does actually increase the cost of installation.
So are there buildings that you'd rather not cable?
To me, the beauty of this job is looking at the buildings and looking at the services that we're going to be deploying in there. Anybody can install a structured cabling system in a false floor environment. It's relatively easy. But looking at a listed building, looking at how you're going to run the cables in there, is the pleasurable part about this role. We've recently done a project for Chelsea Physics Gardens, which was challenging in a number of ways. It was a very old listed building. We needed to put in a new network and needed a new telephone system in there. And all of the cabling that was actually feeding these devices were actually around the outside of the building. So we had to design it in such a way that we could, one, give the building back its own features and take away all the external cables, and look at the routes that we could use within the actual building, which is very challenging and very exciting.
Was this just a refurbishment job, or did you have to raise the level of technology?
We designed it in such a way that we actually had two technology leaps for them. So the whole idea was that once we've done this, the client was only using 10 meg Ethernet at this particular moment in time. We could take them up to 1 gig Ethernet should they need to in the future. So we didn't need to provide any additional cables on the outside of the building. It was all designed within the building infrastructure.
What's the most complex project like this that you've handled?
Some of the projects are more challenging than others. We've just recently done a project for St Pancras International. In St Pancras we needed to install, I think it was around about 120 footfall cameras. But this was compounded by the problem that half of St Pancras is listed. Some of the St Pancras is actually run by Network Rail, and some of it's actually run by Euro. So we had to be able to coordinate with Euro Rail, Network Rail, and also with English Heritage to be able to design an infrastructure so that we wouldn't actually, the cabling wasn't shown, the cabling was hidden, and also the counters were not visible, which was a major challenge in that type of environment. The project was also carried out between the hours of 12 o'clock in the evening and 4 o'clock in the morning. So we had to liaise with all of the retailers in there to be able to make sure that we could get security access to those services so that we could run the cables through those areas.
That sounds like quite a lot to contend with. How did you get on?
The project was very challenging. The project was over a 9-month period. I'm pleased to say that when it actually went in, it was working. The client is very happy and is now looking to roll it out to a number of other rail terminals throughout the country.
Okay, so the challenge isn't necessarily the technology, is it?
It's strange. The cabling itself isn't the issue. The issue is looking at, or the challenge is looking at the building and the challenges the building actually throws up. Our role as project managers and installers is to actually look at the environment we're going to be deploying the services into. Whether we're actually putting copper cable or putting fibre cable is irrelevant. It's really down to the actual challenges that the buildings actually place upon us.
Excellent, Wayne. Those are some great case studies. If you do have a listed building, look for a contractor that shows they think creatively about ways to protect and enhance the building's appearance at the same time as enhancing network performance. And finally, ask them to show you references and examples. That way, with the right contractor and planning choices, you can have the best of both worlds, great networks and a great looking building. Now, before I go, I want to let you know about the next part of our series. It's on how badly installed cabling can risk killing your staff. So don't miss it, and I'll see you next time.